Hi, my name is Natalie and welcome to Natalie's Plot Life. Today I thought we could have a quick catch up because I've been away for Easter, not away abroad. I've been busy on the plot, but with two rascal little boys bouncing about the place, so I haven't made a video. So I thought I'd show you what I've done and talk you through what I'm going to do today. I've already collected the compost that I'm going to need for today and maybe a little bit more. I would like to plant out my sunflowers. They are my second round. My first round I have already planted out. I'm growing everything in crates this year just to give flowers a go. That may change in future years, but this is my first year growing a lot of flowers on the plot for bouquets of flowers. So that's what I'm doing this year. Everything is going in crates. These sunflowers are the sunflowers from mole seeds that are the premier orange up. They are smaller, you can plant them closer together, and they tend to stay facing upwards rather than outwards. I have planted them in successions, so my first lot has gone in a crate already. The weather for Bristol is looking great this week and next week, and so I am risking planting out already. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can put the crates in the greenhouse, but I think we're past the risk of frost. Last frost date for Bristol is middle of May, but looking at the weather and the weather apps, I think it's highly unlikely. So I am just going to get everything in the ground while it is beautiful so they are not struggling in my greenhouse. So like I said, I've already planted out my first succession and they are happy in their crate. I did another succession, but that seems to have filled up two crates. There is like some that have done better than others. So I've got one crate that has done really, really well and they're quite big, and then another crate from the same batch that are just a bit smaller. So maybe they will come just a little bit later, which would be ideal. And I've got another round growing in my greenhouse. I have only just potted them on, so hopefully they don't catch up too quickly. I have also kept one from the first round in a pot next to my sweet pea teepee that can grow up, and I'm going to leave alone and dry to keep the seeds for next year. While I was getting my compost, I nipped and had a look around the range and I found this gorgeous little hydrangea. It's a self-climbing hydrangea, and for no reason at all, because there's leaves on it, it's definitely alive. It was marked 75% off, so that is going pride of place at my moon arch. I do already have a rose there, but I just think that the hydrangea behind it would look fantastic, and hopefully they grow together really nicely. I also planted out a couple of my dahlias yesterday. They were the big ones. I grew them in sandwich bags, and I think I showed you in the last video that they were kind of waking up. Then I poked holes in the bottom of the sandwich bag, and so I could water them. I also gave them a little bit more compost in there as well. But the weather is nice and they're big enough that if a slug came near them, they would probably survive now. So those are the ones that I have planted out. I definitely recommend the sandwich bag waking up dahlia idea. I don't know who it was. I've seen it quite a few times on different social medias, and I thought I would give it a go. And my first lot of dahlias, they, even if you couldn't see them waking up on the top with some sprouts, you could see them waking up with the roots in the bag, which was so, like, if you were looking at dahlia that was in a pot and you couldn't see the root system that was coming alive, you would get really disheartened. And I know I definitely would. But to see that all the roots were really growing out, even though there was no sprouts on the top, that definitely gave me a lot of confidence to keep going with it and keep trying, and they all sprouted and are all very, very happy in the sandwich bags. So as soon as they did sprout, I then put more compost on. I pricked the bag at the bottom and watered them as you would in a pot so that the water could drain out from these holes. And they grew up lovely, big enough that if there was a slug attack, they would survive. I've just got to now hope that the weather holds out. I have enough compost to get my potatoes out today. I keep putting like a bag of compost in the pot for potatoes and then it not being enough. And so it is April and I've got no potatoes in, which is not good. So I think we shall do that today. So let's stop chatting and get on with it. Sunflowers are hungry plants, so I'm going to give them a tomato feed. This is my huge tomato plant. This is my huge tomato pot. I'm going to put the plant in the pot, even though he's still a bit tiny right now. I'm going to give him a little tomato feed too. That's everything from me today. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you got this far. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and the link to buy me a coffee is down in the description if you want to buy me a coffee or a tea or help me towards a new shed. Okay, I hope you got something out of my video today, and I will see you in the next one. I'll see you then. Bye.